Regional internet, rainy day means 60-second delay in recording. Welcome everybody. My name is Sharon Whiteman and I partner with Gary Knapp and Diana Hunter to bring this educational hub to the Australasian market. And often we get global people jumping online too because they know it's a good thing. And we love doing this. We love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. It shows incredible commitment to the mission of Manatech, in that we all want to be the best we can be in representing this great company and its technology. You know, we're stewards of this technology, and I know Al Bala is pretty famous right now for talking about a gig economy, and this is the best gig around. So welcome, and thank you for watching this, whether it's live or later down the track. Now, James Hannon is one of our top marketers in Manatech. We're very blessed that he always generously gives us his time, and I'm very appreciative of that too, James. So just a little bit about his background. James likes to say he's the story that no teacher wants to tell their students about. He went from getting the lowest grade in his high school year to becoming a national sales manager of a small public company. His passion for understanding the sales process and what makes a person say yes to buying a product fueled his success because he could never understand why people would say no. If they did, he knew he had made a mistake and those mistakes could be fixed. But it was this knowledge of people's behaviors that warned him that changes were coming for the company he worked for. He needed to start a new challenge and see if he could take his passion for people and the processes and do something for himself. James said no to building a Manatech business 3 times, but then one day his upline, Rod Gilchrist, helped him see what was possible. Although James wasn't an overnight success, he was able to build a large international business. Starting over 21 years ago, his passion for Manatech is more today than it's ever been. His dream is to help all of Manatechers achieve their dreams. And you do that for us, James. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Sharon. Now, I do apologize for being in the car. My plan was that I had an 8 o'clock conference call, and then I was going to be at my next appointment in time to have my laptop out. We'd be sharing on my screen, but I'm sitting here in the driveway of my next appointment, and I hope that's okay. So I am very prepared, but it just looks like I'm not prepared because I'm in a car. But thank you for letting me be on here. I love what you, Diana and Gary are doing on here for all of us. It means a lot to me. My crew are on here as well. I can see some names from my crew on here. We're always getting on. If they're not on here on the Saturday, they're listening to a recording. What you all bring is so valuable to the entire community, and we love it. Absolutely love it. So how would you like to start, Sharon? Do you want me to just talk? Because you know me, I can just get straight into it all, and we can go from there.
Yeah, well, I think we should start you getting started, and probably include in that, because there's been a lot of evolutions in marketing in Manatech, hasn't there? And there's a recent evolution, and the times changed. I read an article this morning that the attention spans are getting so short for people. They don't read, they don't watch, so we got to be creative. James, tell us about your story and some of the evolution of marketing for our great company.
Okay, so, let's start about the evolution before Manatech. Let's go right back to the dark ages. And for those of you who don't know, as Sharon said, I failed school and failed miserably. And I'm talking miserably. The idea of me going to school every day was like someone telling me, it was like I felt ill every morning that I had to get up and go to school. The only thing I liked about school was being able to go down at lunchtime to play some kind of sport in the middle of summer when it's 40 degrees and 80% humidity. So then I could go do some kind of maths thing dripping wet on my table because I sweated like the proverbial. Anyway, so I left school failing, like 21% was what I got for my final things. And so in my year 12 HSC, and it was pretty bad, right? And then what I did is in that time, I sold shoes when I was at school, then other things. And then when I left school, I got a traineeship at Mitre 10. Now, when I'm at Mitre 10, this amazing thing happened that would transform my life and set me on a path for the last 21 years, actually 25 years. And that, when I say 25 years, because that's how long ago it was. And it was this. I was 18, I guess that's longer now, 18, 29 years. Far out, Sharon.
You're old, James.
Anyway, so 29 years ago, this guy walked into Mitre 10. I was a traineeship. I had on my King G shorts and my light blue Mitre 10 shirt. And, you know, these King G shorts were a little bit too small, and it was just wrong. It was the whole, but he walked in this black suit, white shirt, red tie, and a briefcase. I thought, wow, this guy's got it made. And then he went outside and got in his brand new red Falcon. Now, when he did that, I thought to myself, that's amazing. How could someone have that, right? And I thought, that's exactly what I want. And I'm going to have that. And I set this thing in my head. I'm going to be a sales rep. Not because of anything. I didn't know whether sales was bad or good. I just liked people. And what I made it, and this is the interesting thing that has not changed in selling. And you guys, you just got to get over it. People say that what we do is we just share. No, we don't. We sell. We sell a business. We sell a product. We sell ourselves. You do it every day of the week, and just get over that. Own that, and that's okay. It's okay. I just want you to know it's okay. I love what we do. I'm trying to sell you on the art of selling right now. Okay, that you are a salesman and something you should be very, very proud of. You are a business owner. And you listen to Grant Cardone, if you listen to all of these guys, they're saying you are a business owner, and business owners hustle. They get out there and they get active and they sell. But anyway, another topic for another time. And so what I found is that this guy in his black suit, red tie, white shirt, with a company red Falcon out the front had made it. And I wanted to be one of those with his briefcase. And I found that I loved people. I loved people. I loved helping them. The funny thing, in Mitre 10, I had no hardware background at all. I had no clue. So I'd go along to these little training workshops to learn how to tell people how to paint, right? I had never painted a wall in my life. And here I am, I'm showing people how to paint and what paint to use and all this stuff. And I was telling them the truth and helping them with information that I had gained, but I'd never done it. So there's point number one. Do you need to know everything to be able to sell something? No. If the information is factual and true, the information is factual and true no matter who shares the information. So when I first started, the initial progression of sales was, it used to be you needed to know all these different closes, the open close, the direct close, all of these different closes. And I knew quite a few. The assumptive close, where you start filling in the form. Where do you want the pack sent to? I've done it all, and guess what? It all works. But seriously, it doesn't build a relationship, and it doesn't keep a person in, because they leave with buyer's remorse. And so what ended up happening, and the direction that we ended up going, then I started to learn that when I joined network marketing so my first career was with Amway. I started with Amway at the age of 18. That lasted 3 months. My upline joined Amiga Trends, which is no longer around anymore. That lasted another 3 months. My upline was my sister, by the way. Then I didn't do anything, and then I joined a thing called Yates Home Security. That lasted 3 months. And then I dived headfirst into Manatech after 3 times of saying no. But when let's push forward then, and my sales career was always helping people and always being a solution to their problem. And many times what I found is that they didn't know they had a problem until I was able to find their problem and then give them the answer. And now this is part of what we do in Manatech. What we do though, and I've seen this so many times, people used to hand out a CD. You know, this evolution that we used to have of talking to people. People would hand out a CD. They'd listen to this CD. They didn't even know they had the problem that was on that CD. They started listening to the CD and they'd buy the product. But what was happening is people were building up so much around one mechanism of building a business that were missing the others that were happening around them. We weren't moving fast enough. We weren't changing fast enough. And what happened is people became, and I was one of them. I remember being up on stage at an event. I'm not sure if you were probably there, Sharon, at this event. And I actually said from stage, there's a new thing out called CDs. I don't think they're going to last, because tapes are very good and everyone's got a car with a tape deck in it. Everyone's going to have to change their tape deck for a CD player, and who would do that, right? Yep. Anyway, now we don't even have CD player. Well, my car's got a CD player, but I don't put anything in it. Everything goes through the phone. So we have to learn to move with the marketplace and learning to keep up to date. And some people, what happens is we tell ourselves this story that we can't change. What I know is enough. That this is good enough. I want you to know, guys, unless you are growing and you are giving value to your field, value to your team, unless you are helping, supporting, loving, and caring for them, and if you don't have the answer, you're giving them someone who does. Unless you're doing all of that, they will find someone who will. And that is the challenge we face today. The challenge we face today is, how do we be a person of value to our team and continue to bring the value? And the way that we do that is by finding the resources for them. We don't need to be the expert. We don't need to be that guy, that woman, but we need to be open to bringing the solution for our team. Our team want to know, can I like and trust you? Will you bring value to me, and will you bring answers to me? But what happens too many times, and I've been in this business 21 years, so I'm an old timer, right? I'm an old timer in Manatech. I didn't know it was 21 years until someone said it the other day. It just seems ridiculous that, you know, if we're not changing, I'm an old timer now and I need to change. I remember when I first started on social media, the backlash of me being on social media, the backlash of me using autoresponders from the field was crazy, because they didn't know what was going on and people weren't prepared to make the change. Now, if you're not using social media or not supporting your team who wants to use social media, they will find someone who will. And they'll find another company who will. And that's why I love, Sharon, what you're doing, the team are doing here. You guys are, and what our CEO is doing, Al Bala, which is say, hey guys, let's do this thing. And he's doing live videos all the time on Facebook. You know, he's doing it from the car. I'm doing, as you said, I'm doing an Al Bala today. And that's the direction we go. And so, but there's been this progression from first handing out a faxed piece of paper. You know, I remember saying to someone, have you got a fax machine? No, but I've got one at work. Okay, when you get to work, you let me know and give me that number, and I will send through this I'll fax you something. And it was this sheet. Did you ever do that, Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We faxed through this sheet. You know, I don't even know if my daughters know what a fax machine is, but we would fax this sheet through and they would read it, and some reason they would join from one sheet of paper. And it had nothing to do with what was on the sheet of paper. It had everything to do with who I was and who you were and the passion and the excitement that we have.
Yeah.
Then we went on to these tapes, the Nugent Report. Wow. This weird guy from the USA with a voice that didn't seem real, who's still around today, giving us the Nugent Report. Then from illness.
Do you remember we all used to say it was like God speaking to us back in those days?
We did. We still say that. It's like, this is Steve Nugent. God, what? God? You know, it's still like that. You guys I love that guy. But I want to give you a different progression. So we went from sheets and we went to tapes and then flyers with before and after photos, which we can still do today of weight loss. We should be doing before and after photos of weight loss every day of the week, handing them out like crazy, right? And youth, whoa, man. You know, I was talking to Naomi yesterday and said, right, we're changing our business presentation. We're going pure product. I'm just letting it right out there right now for all of you to know that James Hannon, the business dude who's talked business his entire career, is going to push product like crazy. All right, I'm going after customers like crazy. I'm just letting you know. Why? Because that's what the market wants. And if they like, feel, and love what we have, which I know they will, they're going to want to be an influencer and they're going to want to change the market. And here's what I want you to know. Go away from telling people to be a business partner. Invite them to be an influencer with you, a social influencer, whether it be online or offline. They're an influencer. You've got your customers, you've got your influencers. I'm going to give you a strategy around that in the next month or two that I'm testing out. It's pretty exciting, Shaz. I'll let you know. Just make sure you ask me in about a month, okay? And I promise I'll share it. Now, so here, if we go on this journey now, we go on this journey from a fax document to a tape to a little booklet to a CD, and all of these things were building up to an event. Okay, people would bring these people to big events. You know, we don't have these big events here in Australia right now, but I tell you, they're coming. They're coming because of like-minded people like all of us that are on this call. But all of this was about building a list. All of this was about taking the people that we knew, loved, and came into contact with and started to build the list. And that list then became that we were funneling everybody down through the list, but no one left the list. My old list was this little pocket notebook this big that I had in my pocket all of the time. And I put every name that I met in this pocketbook, and I only crossed them off once they went into my Manatech business or genealogy. That was the only time they got crossed off the list. I was always going back to them. You know, some people get caught up in the whole thought. I was listening to a Richard Brooks podcast the other day, and I totally agree with this guy. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, he was saying that that people get so caught up with, can I go back to someone I've spoken to? And that said, no, absolutely you can. I've done it all my career. I don't care if they say no again. I don't rip. Well, who cares? They say no again. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt me. You know, I love people. And if they don't love me, then they're missing out. I love them. They get to choose, you know, and they get to come on this journey with me. And then so we build this list, and we're going back to that list all of the time. The secret of building a list is being a person of value. Imelda Roach said, people will only be with you for as long as they can feel as though they get value from you. The moment that you cannot bring them value anymore, they will leave you faster than rats leaving a sinking ship. Now, that may seem rough, but that comes from Imelda Roach, one of Australia's richest women, the lady that started Nutrimatics, the lady that spoke at our convention. You know, wisdom right there. You must bring value. Now, what is value? Well, for those of you that think, well, I'm a little bit older now. Well, great. You have a lifetime of experience and value and wisdom that needs to be given. I'm only just getting started. Doesn't matter. You still know more than somebody else. And then you become a conveyor of third-party information. You see, as you build your list, as you go and build your business, you don't want to be the number one guy. My challenge has been, when I first started, I was blessed, man. All I had to do was put people in front of Rod Gilchrist, man, and they were like, oh, man, this guy's amazing. And he is. They would just get in front of Rod, and Rod would just do his thing. He'd smile, and he'd have this sparkle on his teeth. You know, he would just, the light would light up, room would light up, because he was incredible and is incredible. And my job was easy. I just got people in front of Rod. And my business was, right? Then, when Rod wasn't around, I brought people to listen to you, Sharon, or I brought people to listen to whoever was up on stage at an event. And when you have big events, it's easy to do. It's easy to do. But then what happened? Things changed. We went through some challenges. And I went through some really rough times in life that took me out for a long, long, long time, where I haven't been able to play at full speed for probably 10 years, you know. And so it's like, we needed some changes to happen. Just making sure no one's coming at my bottom. Well, that sounded wrong. It doesn't matter. Anyway, and so I needed to make some changes. I was looking for the third person that I could do. So now what I do, for those of you who don't have an upline that you can use, what you do is you use your team. So what I do now is that when I'm bringing someone in, if I'm still building in depth, and yes, I still build in depth. I don't just build in width, I still build in depth. So I'm still placing people under people, but I place them where they're deserved, not where they're wanted. That's for another time, another discussion. But guess what? Yes, I'm still going wide. I want to build width, but at the right time, everyone chooses what they do. So I just have to make a caveat there. I'm not telling you how to build your business, build whatever way you want. Go back to your upline leader, talk to them about it. I think our business is a width and depth plan. You can do both, and it all works. I just want you to know it all works. I do both. Do I know the answer to which is best yet? I have no clue. I really don't. I don't know which is best. I'm just letting you know from a 10,000 foot view. When I look down, depth. Sometimes I think it's like crazy to go deep, because people aren't motivated by what you give them. They're motivated by what they do. And that's a deep conversation there. Remember that. People aren't motivated by what you give them. They're motivated by what they do. They motivate themselves by their own actions, their own successes. And if they're not allowing their failures to motivate them forward to get a success, they're never going to be motivated. They're never going to achieve the higher echelons that they dream about. You need to allow your failures to motivate you towards your success. Man, there's some deep thing there, isn't it, Shaz? Far out. Okay, so what you do now is I get my customers, or my customers. I say, oh man, you need to talk to this person. This guy's incredible. He is amazing. And so what I'm doing now is I use my team to be the third person. Okay, so for instance, I was doing a call. Excuse me, I think I had Stewie on the call one time with a prospect. I said, oh, you need to talk to Stewie. He is amazing at this. He's one of the best I've ever seen. You know, I'm the big dude, right? Do you think I can answer the question? Yeah. Do you think I know social media? Yeah, and prospecting and closing and all that stuff. But if I go and do that, guess who the person is they always have to come to? Me. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be on my martial arts studio learning how to kick someone in the head, right? I want to learn sword and sticks and twirling things. And I want to go to the beach and hang out with my friends and all that stuff. But if I'm always that guy, I'll never be able to do that. So as we build our list, we've got this journey that we need to take. That journey comes from we meet someone. That journey must be you love that person. You care for that person. If we're seen as a person weak-kneed and fluffy that they can't follow, they're not going to want to connect with you. They want to connect with someone that's purposeful and passionate. So ask yourself at this moment, who are you? Are you purposeful, and are you passionate about who you're becoming and what you're doing? I am 100% purposeful and 100% passionate about what we're doing. I look at three products that we have in our line, which is one, Impact Plus. Impact Plus, for me, I love. I sent 5 sachets. I did a little giveaway on my Facebook page, and I got a few people come back to me and said, yeah, I'll try it. I sent some sachets. I forgot to send it to 2. I only sent it to 2 people. I sent it to 1. I didn't do the other 2. I forgot about the other 2. I made a mistake. The one guy I sent it to messaged me yesterday and said, man, I only had 1 sachet and I feel better. I've got more energy. I'm able to train again. How do I get this stuff? And I've got 4 mates who want it as well. Boom. Boom. Right. And so they need to know, love, and trust you. And I know, love, and trust the people I speak to. So, for instance, last weekend, the weekend before, we were doing a leadership event down here in Sydney with the presidentials and gold executives, or I don't know what it was, something down here in Sydney. And I'm there at this event, and there's the functions manager and the waitress came and said hello. Okay, and someone had, here's the truth of it, someone had an Impact and someone had an Ambrito's Life. They ripped open the sachet in front of them, poured it into their water, put the sachet, empty sachet, into this little bowl, you know, where you put rubbish, and then they walked off. They did this in front of these two people while they're watching, and those two people were interested to see what they were doing, but they weren't spoken to. So I'm watching this happen. I'm just on my phone. I'm watching this happen over in the corner. Yes, I am an opportunist. I'm just letting you know. I am an opportunist. And if you're not, why? You're building your life, your dream. They didn't follow them up. They didn't even say a word to them. Not a word, nothing. I went over and said, do you know what that is? And they said, no. Okay, we're launching a new energy product into the market. And they said, oh, okay, tell us about that. I want more energy. Oh, okay, well, this is what it does. Okay, he signed up for the Platinum Pack yesterday or the day before. We have a Platinum Pack. We got bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Our Platinum Pack is True Health. It's a transformation pack and 2 tubs of Osaline every month. Okay, so it's, what's that, $480 a month. So he signed up for that yesterday or the day before. You know, who wants that? Hit the hand icon if you want to be able to say, all they did was picked up a little empty Impact sachet. And because nobody else spoke to them, no one, they didn't even really acknowledge they existed. I just went up, beautiful man, deaf, couldn't hear. And we spoke and he lip read. He read my lips. I felt so, oh man, I'm emotional now, humbled that he would allow me to talk to him. And then we chatted on Facebook. I sent him a presentation to watch. I sent him the information, said, that's what I want. I want to lose 20 kilos and I want to win the incentive. So the art of building your list is simple. What you do is you do the things that nobody else wants to do. Somebody else could have signed those people up, but it just happened to be me. Somebody else followed them up, but it just happened to be me. It could be you. You see, you do the thing nobody else wants to do. You don't miss the opportunities that other people do. So let me give you some ideas of how to build your list. Number one, everyone on your phone, you've got in there. Don't just start going and spamming them all. Yes, there is a time when you send information, or you just got to be bold and brave, okay? And you know, you go and start, just go for it. We just say, hey, look, are you open? I love that question. Everyone should ask that question first. Are you open to, I've got something I'm pretty excited about, something that looks good. It's a great product. It's helping me. Are you open to having a look at something that I'm pretty excited about? If they say no, that's okay. Move on, but keep them on your list because they're not open at the moment. Excuse me, that will change. The next part of the process is that you have to know where you're going to take them. What are you going to do? You know, dating is an interesting thing. You know, when you think about dating, it's been a long time for me, but I guess if you think about dating, you know, you get dressed up. First of all, you want to make a decision that you want to go on a date. Number two, you want to find the right person. Number three, you got to know what you're going to say. Number four, you know, when I was a kid, it was all about the guy asking people out. From what I know now, I think the girls do it. It's kind of scary. And then it's like you know, you got to know what you're going to say, where you're going to take them on the first date. So for me, what I do in my prospecting, I know that process. I know what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to give them, which one of the articles or audios I'm going to give them. I know where I'm going to put them. I'm going to put them on Facebook. I'm going to find them on Facebook, become a friend. I'm going to add them to a group. You all know this, that this is what we do. We add them to groups. In the group, we tag them on some information that's in the group. And what we do then, excuse me, the old way of marketing, you remember this, Sharon? We always used to send something in the mail, a postcard, a text, an email. Well, your group now is the place where you do that. That your group is the place where you're sending them all of that information. So you're tagging them on the video or on the article in the group. And then you're following up. You're asking them some questions. You're following up. You send them to a video presentation to watch, and then you sign them up, hopefully. But if they don't sign up, you get them some more information. But the art of building a list is just making sure you're in the place where the people are. We teach our people to be in Facebook groups of passion and so I'm in a group of fishermen. Stuart's in another group of fishermen. There are single mum groups. There's, in my HAP Keto, I'm always getting into the martial arts out in my community as well. It doesn't have to be online, but I'm always building my list, doing things that brings value and building my list. So that's me. Oh, my bad.
Are you there?
Oh, yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. As far as building the list goes, do you still use an online, like an email list that you send emails to regularly for prospective people, or just for partners, team members?
For me now, most of my stuff, sorry, just checking something out. I still use email. I still build it. I don't do that much on it. The email delivery rate is about 2 to 3%.
Changed,
so
hasn't it? Yeah.
It really has. And so when people opt into a list of mine, they'll receive pre-written emails from me. And that's what got me in trouble. I was one of the first people in Manatech doing it. And one of my emails was, call me to get in my business, right? But Manatech Associates were trying to figure out what I was doing. And so they were opting into my emails and getting this pre-written email saying, call me to build a business. And so they thought I was trying to steal them. No, I didn't even know they were on my list. It was kind of funny, but anyway, got me in trouble. Yeah, and so what I do now is Messenger. Now I'm going to be I am putting together a training right now on what I'm doing. Very, very concise, very, very detailed. Naomi has joined me on this as well. So it's going to be not in part of M Life or anything like that. It's just something completely different, all on training, not a marketing system. Does that make sense? Yep. So there's going to be, we're updating the Facebook profile mastery to include what we're doing with Messenger, what we're doing with stories, what we're doing with events, what we're doing with live videos, and how they work. That will be available if people want it. We're also doing one on how to use pages for a business, for a professional network marketer. There's nothing like this out on the market at all. We're going to show you how we connect to ManyChat, what we use with ManyChat, and how we send one message to sign up a bunch of people. And we're showing all of that stuff. So that'll be available in the next week. That'll be exciting. So if anyone wants that, talk to Shaz. She'll get in contact with you and she'll send out the information. Don't come to me. Just talk to Shaz. She'll have it. I promise.
And is that something that would be relevant to present on the Saturday call sometime, or
yeah,
a recorded video link? Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, we can definitely do that. We'll give them some really good stuff that you can use. Everything's changed. And one of my saddest parts is when people say, oh, I don't want to learn social media. Here's your challenge. Guys, if you don't, and you want to build a team, the people that you're signing up are going to find out they can use social media. And it's not hard. You don't need to build a massive page. You don't need to have, we've got pages of 30,000 people, groups of 20,000 in them, all that. You don't need that. You just need your profile, and you need to know how to use it properly. And that's what we're going to show. Naomi and I really want, when my greatest time in Manatech, Sharon, was when we were doing all of our events. It was $15 or $20 to turn up, but we just gave everything. You know what I mean? There was nothing held back, and we just gave everything. And I want to do that again. That was the best time for me, where but it'll be just done differently this time, where people have products that people can purchase, that we want Manatech to grow. I want everyone to grow. But remember this, it's a good plan, violently executed, is better than the best plan still on the drawing table. What we'll teach you works. Could it be better? Yes. Am I the best copywriter? No. Okay. But I just violently execute with passion and purpose what I do. And, this month I've signed up 4. It's not too many, but it's okay. I want to do big numbers. I want to do that every month, and, in a much better place now to build this thing. And I want to take all the Manatech associates with me on a journey, in my team and out of my team, the people that love me, the people I love, like you guys, and let's have some fun together. Yeah.
Great, James. That's a great vision. We got a question from the field from Rachel. The presentation you send out, or the information you send out, that's also changed a lot, hasn't it? So we've gone from, you've already covered the cassettes and the CDs, and the length of time people are willing to watch things or review things has also changed. What do you recommend?
Yeah. Now, if I drop out, Sharon, I've probably only got about 5 minutes left. Just so you know, my phone is flashing at me. Just letting you know. So okay. And so maybe we can do it again shortly and another time where I'll finish off with a whole heap of other things and answer any questions.
Okay.
So what I send is I do a PowerPoint presentation. And we've recorded it, and that's a full-on presentation. But here's what I do is when I send out my PowerPoint I've already asked them and qualified the person before I send out the video. Manatech now, though, are coming up with some great videos, like especially with the new products they've got coming over in the US that we will hopefully get here in Australia. Their stuff is amazing.
They're pretty sexy, aren't they?
Oh, I love
They're engaging.
them.
Yeah,
it's
the best ever. Yeah.
Yep, no doubt at all. And those products, what we have now, Impact Plus, True Health, Youth, those 3 products, yeah, everyone should be jumping just taking those on the biggest ride. Mm-hmm. Oh, Rhonda, we don't know. We're hoping. All right,
joint prayer. Everybody listening, pray for Prod 7. And what's the other one? Premier 7.
We all know what we can do with that in this market, right? Mm. We all know the market wants those, and they're the easiest products in the world to talk about. And we're all going to go platinum presidential and crown ambassador with it, right? But we've got to work. That's why I keep bringing you on Premier 7 as well. Okay, that's why we keep bringing you on to bringing you back to Impact and True Health. That's what we have right now.
And so what length of time in this modern world do you think somebody's willing to, I guess, depends on how qualified they are.
That's it. So qualification is very, so we have people that will watch a 45-minute video on business if we have qualified them enough. So if I send them, hey, will you look at this presentation? They won't watch it even if they said yes. But if I have made them understand that I won't talk to them unless they watch the presentation, and that they won't achieve their dream unless they watch the presentation, then they'll go watch the presentation. Does that make sense? What happens is we beg, borrow, and steal. We make it. We go, oh, please watch this presentation. Oh, would you like to watch a presentation? Whoopie do. No, they don't. They're busy. But if that presentation is going to answer them, if that presentation is going to give them what they want, they'll watch it. But now our weight loss presentation is 12 to 15 minutes. Our impact presentation is about the same. Business presentations about 30 to 45 minutes. But they've been qualified first.
Excellent. And do you send a document or set up? Do you always commit to follow up after a time to meet after they review the information? Walk through how you would qualify them with that.
Let's say, Sharon, you are my prospect. I said, hey, Sharon, would you, okay, so I've gone through, hey, Sharon, so this is a business one. Hey, Sharon, so awesome. So how about this? How about, this is my words, how about I send you a link that you can watch our presentation. It will explain everything to you, how you're going to earn that extra $1,000 a month, working 12 hours a month or a week in the next 6 months. If I sent that to you now, when do you think you could watch it? Okay. Or if I do 2 ways. I go, if I sent that, I'll send that to you now, and it only goes for about 30 minutes. So I'll give you a call back in 45 minutes to answer any questions you've got. People go, I can't say that. They're busy. No, they're not. They're lying to you. I'm telling you. Okay. That's what I do. Now, but now if you want to go gentle and you go, if I sent you a video to watch, it only goes to half an hour or 12 minutes or whatever the video is you're sending. When do you think you could watch it? So you tell them the time frame. It only goes for, 12 minutes. Okay, I can do that now. Okay, great. Well, I'll give you a call back in about, say, 20 minutes, and I'll answer any questions you've got. It'll tell you about our product, how it works, the prices, the whole lot. Okay, and that's how I do it. Then I call them back. Now, if they say I can watch it tonight, well, how about I give you a call tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock? Would that work for you? And I'll say yes. So if I call you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, you will have watched it? I'll say yes. Great. I'll call you tomorrow at 10. I love Eric Worre's The Power of Three.
Excellent.
3 times.
Okay. I know you have to go, but questions that obviously they'll want the presentation, want to know if you're doing it your own, or if it's freedom is your right. That's the question.
Wow. See, that's an old one, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. Freedom is Your Right is my ebook that I sell. No, that's not it. It's a PowerPoint presentation that I've done. How do you guys see that? You don't want to be using my stuff. If you're in my team, you do. But if you're not in my team, you really don't. It's really simple for you to create your own PowerPoint presentation. Sharon, if you send me a message on Facebook, I'll send you the PowerPoint presentation I have. You can send it out to people. They can edit it, copy it, do whatever they want to do with it. That can give them a good foundation on what they want to do. No problem at all.
Absolutely. And also we've done a few business opportunity meetings on the Saturday morning call.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make sure we cross-check with James. We're not missing any elements, and I want to build to doing a business and or a wellness call every 4 to 6 weeks on this throughout the year, because that's what we're about. Yes, training, but we also want to be bringing new people in, because the cycle of training ourselves, while important, is only part of the big picture for us all to grow. So that's part of our plan.
Yeah, absolutely. For us, I sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of an idiot when we have this product, but I've been trying to go business. But when we go product, we automatically get business. But when you go business, it doesn't automatically go the other way, because we bring freedom when we allow people to do what they want to do. But you know what? In that, you must have business culture, and that's a big conversation there. If your culture is just health and wellness with no excitement around achieving dreams of success and business, then you'll just still have that hospital of clients. Yeah.
Do you keep your business and your wellness groups on Facebook separate?
Yes, definitely. It's called target marketing. So we'll have a weight loss group, a wellness group, a skincare group, a sports group, an erection group. No, I'm joking on that one. I'm just kind of looking forward. It's going to have fun. I bet you people should. What did he just say? Anyway.
Sorry, I just had kids running through here. So James, I'll let you go. What's in your heart to leave people with today, and know that we'll have them back on the call. So,
in my heart, you guys know I'm a Christian, right? I love the Lord. But here's the thing I want you to know. There's this awesome proverb, or not a proverb, it's statement. And it goes like this. Today I lay before you blessing and cursing, life and death you choose. Think about it. Today I lay before you blessing and cursing, life and death you choose. And I think every day in our Manatech business, we get the same choice, the choice of life or death. We look at what we want, but then we make a choice. And the choice that we choose not to prospect someone, not to speak to someone, not to build a relationship with someone. It doesn't mean you have to go out there and hit them over the head, but be nice to someone, to care for them to the point where they say, what do you do? Okay, and then you get to talk to them. We're choosing something, life or death, whether you're doing something. And, do we understand? Okay, we talk all of the time about connecting with your dream, connecting with your dream, connecting with your dream. I want you to connect with your failure. I want you to connect with the consequence of you doing nothing. I want you to connect with you getting to the end of your life and you looking back at all of the missed opportunity. I want you to connect with the lazy attitude. I want you to connect with the sitting on the couch doing busy work but not doing productive work. I want you to connect with your children looking at you and you saying you're working all the time you've given up you're saying you're chasing your dream, but you haven't. I want you to connect with all of that stuff, all of the rot, all of the lies that you tell yourself. I want you to connect with that and understand the truth of that. That you're either choosing life or death, the life of your dreams or the life of your worst nightmare. Because if you see, we dream, but we don't talk about the other side of it. When we don't talk about the other side, because life's nice and easy when we don't talk about the other side. But we need to talk about the other side. We need to understand the other side. And when you understand the other side, it's like, oh, as I think Rachel just said, damn,
Yeah, well, and I think in our society, the majority of people would fall in the category of people who move away from pain as to are motivated to move towards pleasure. It's usually a wake-up call that gets people into action. So that's a very good point to end on, James.
It really is. It is. There's nothing.
So have a fabulous day in Sydney.
There's one last thing. There's nothing like the winds of disaster blowing up your backside to get you off it to do something.
Oh, nice one. I don't know if we want to leave on that visual. What does everybody else say? Thanks, James. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous time in Sydney. Thank you so much for being here. We'll get that stuff that we've promised out to you. Watch for it in the YouTube channel. And thanks, everyone, for being here. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye.